Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Combine Like Terms and Evaluate. That's right, today we're going to be combining like terms and evaluating a variety of examples. Feel free to pause the video, try it on your own, and then see if you've done it correctly. So let's dive right into it. So what we have here is we have 2x. If I got 2x's, and then I combine that with an additional x, I now have 3x's. Now let's look at this one. If I have 3 y's, but I get rid of a y, well, I still got 2 y's. Okay, now let's go ahead and plug in our values. So how do I do this? Can you see that highlight? Yeah. So the value of x is 2. So I can actually rewrite this as as 3 times 2, because the value of x is 2, increased by, what's the value of y? Well, it looks like the value of y is going to be 4, so I'm going to do 3 times 2 plus 2 times 4. And now I do my multiplication first as per order of operations. 3 times 2 is going to be 6. I'll write that up here because I'm running out of room. And then I got a plus sign. And then 2 times 4 is going to be 8. And everyone knows that 6 plus 8 is 14. So the value of that first expression is going to be 14. That's right, folks. Tell him what he's won. Respect. Just a little bit. Ow, just a little bit. All right. Now, without further ado, let's dive right into the next problem, shall we? Now, once again, we're going to combine like terms first. So let's just talk about this. If I have 5 x's, and then I get rid of 2 of those x's, how many x's do I have? I have 3 x's. Now, if I have a y, and nothing else to combine with it, well, I can just go ahead and add that there y. And then, of course, I have this constant over here. I've run out of colors to use, so we'll just... wait, I can totally change colors. I can go like that, and then I can simply do a plus 3. Okay, so now I have 3x plus y plus 3. Now, that's all good and everything, but I do need to evaluate. So let's go ahead and plug in the values. So 3x... What is the value of x? Well, if we look right here, the value of x is 3. So let's go ahead and plug that in. So 3x is really 3 times 3. And then I got to add a y. What's the value of y? Well, we know the value of y is 1. So we're just going to add a 1. And then I have a plus 3. Okay, so now we got to do our multiplication first. So what is 3 times 3? 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 1 plus 3. And now I just have to add all that stuff up together. So we know that 9 plus 1 is 10, and 10 plus 3 is 13. So the value of this particular expression is 13, which is 1 less than the last one we did. So I wonder if that was by design. Okay, so we have another example here. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. I got 4 x's. And then I add 2 more x's. How many x's do I have? I have 6 x's. So let's go ahead and put that right there. And now let's go ahead and look at our y's. I'm minusing a y from 2 y's. So I got 2 y's. I get rid of a y. How many y's do I have? Well, y is guy. I've only got 1 y. So I'm still going to be a plus sign, but I'll plus the y. And now I need to look at the constant. As you can see, the constant is all by itself. A little minus 1. So we can actually put... I keep trying to color code this, you guys. We just put a minus 1 right there because we have successfully combined our like terms. Now, let's go ahead and plug in our values. What is the value of x? The value of x is 1. So really what we have here is 6 times 1. Increased by, what's the value of y? 3. So we're going to increase that by 3, and then minus 1. We'll do our multiplication first. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 minus 1. Now, do we do the addition or subtraction first? Remember, when it comes to addition or subtraction, we work left to right. And because the addition happens first, we're going to do that first. So 6 plus 3 is going to be 9, which leaves us 9 minus 1, which happens to be 8. So the value of that there expression is 8. All right, let's try another one. All right. Maybe I shouldn't even try to color code. I think it's confusing people. So let's use red right here. Okay, so if I have 7 x's and I subtract 3 x's, how many x's do I have? That's right, I have 4 x's. So I'll go ahead and put that right there. And then I just have a plus 4 and a plus y. So I'm actually going to keep the variables all together. So we'll add a y, and then we'll add a 4. And we've combined like terms. Now, let's look at the values for each variable. We know that x is valued at 2. So really what we have here is we have 4 times 2 increased by the value of y, it says is 5. So we're going to increase that by 5. And then we're going to add 4. Okay, as always, we got to do our multiplication first. 4 times 2 is 8. And then we add our 5, and then we add our 4. Now, remember the commutative property of addition says it does not matter what order you add those. So let's add them up. 8 plus 5 we know is going to be 13, and 13 plus 4 is going to be 17. So the value of this expression is 17. Now, just for good measure, let's do one more, just for fun. We have combining like terms, so let's dive right into it. I have 6 y's. I add 2 more y's to that, and I now have 8y. So we'll write that down right there. And now, I got a negative x. It's all by itself, so I'm going to bring it down right there. And I got a positive 5. It's all by itself, so I'm going to bring it down right there. And now, let's look at the values. I know the value of x is 3. So let's go ahead and replace this x. Maybe I'll erase it. That'll make sense. With a 3. Only it's going to be a minus 3 because it's got that sign right there. And then we know that the value of y is going to be 2. So let's go ahead and replace the y with a times 2. Believe it or not, that's a 2. Okay, so what do we do first? Well, order of operations says we got to do multiplication first. So 8 times 2 is going to be 16, decreased by 3, increased by 5. Now remember, when it comes to addition and subtraction, we do whatever happens first, moving left to right. So as you can see, the subtraction's first, because that's the first thing to happen. 16 minus 3 is going to be 13, and then that leaves us 13 plus 5, which gives us an answer of 18. And just like that, there's some examples for you to try and practice. I do hope that was helpful. If it was, well, good. I've lived my life in a good way.